Could you take us through how you defeated Galactus? How we did?
We didn't.
Fantastic Four First Steps is supposed to kick off a new cosmic chapter in the MCU. It's the first time we've seen this venerable team on the big screen under Disney's stewardship. After a few iterations from the Roger Corman rights retainer to the 2005 Fantastic Four and Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I actually quite like, but obviously have issues of their own, particularly the second one, to the utter failure that is Fan Four Stick, which I rewatched a couple days ago because I'm a sadist or something, and it was even worse than I remember. Marvel's first family is finally getting the MCU treatment. The Fantastic Four have been around since 1961. They're easily one of, if not the most iconic Marvel superhero team, and deserve a decent portrayal. Did Disney get it right? Well, they launched us into a new era for sure, but it mostly glides by. Slick and stylish, but strangely flat. Kind of like watching fireworks from behind a window. You see the flashes, the color, the spectacle, but you don't feel too much.
I saw stars, and I could see me in her face.
It looks great, no complaining there. The retro futuristic aesthetic is really cool, a kind of shiny 60s NASA meets Kirby Cosmos vibe that I liked a lot. From the wide, lens distorted shots of New York to the towering confines of Galactus' domain, the movie has visual ambition. The cosmic sequences are fun. There's a lot more taking place off world than I had ever expected. And I'm glad the creatives took that chance, as unbelievable as it all is. This isn't next gen level of space exploration we're talking about. Galactus? He looks pretty great. Towering, ominous, and rendered in fairly convincing CGI. Aesthetically, I thought they did Galactus right. And Ralph Ineson's deep, booming voice definitely boosts the aura. But he's also kind of a pushover. It's like the movie accidentally hit the mute button on his threat level, despite the world ending danger he poses. It makes for an anticlimactic sequence after a film's worth of buildup. And that's the core problem here. Fantastic Four First Steps is about the end of the world, but it never feels too urgent. Galactus shows up, the sky splits open, there are global stakes, and it doesn't feel all that exciting or bombastic. And the same goes for the characters. The movie feels like it was filtered through some kind of MCU dampener that takes anything remotely energetic or emotionally resonant and shaves it down to a safe, tasteful curve. The family dynamic is there. They're obviously tightly knit. They look out for each other. But it feels unearned and unconvincing. The feeling of family just isn't there. It's mechanical. Take the characters from the 2005 movie, their behaviors, dynamic, and interactions with one another, and dial it down 3 or 4 notches. That's what this movie's version felt like to me. It's not bad, it's all really well acted and portrayed, it just felt a bit lifeless. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards is one of those castings that might sound good on paper. He's fine, he's a great actor, but he never disappears into the role, and doesn't really look like Reed Richards. I mean, he's got the same mustache and everything, and he's in everything. He's Pedro, kind, soft spoken, staring into the middle distance like he's contemplating some deep calculus, or maybe just his third franchise this year. Reed's a genius, yes, but in this version, he's only a genius. He calculates, he plans, he monologues about multiverses, but he doesn't drive things forward in a tangible way as much as I would have liked. He never grabs the movie by the collar and shoves it forward like a proper lead should. Sue Storm is decent, smart, competent, emotionally grounded. Vanessa Kirby does a fine job. And then the third act hits, and she basically goes Super Saiyan. It undercuts the threat. Galactus, devourer of worlds, suddenly doesn't seem quite so big. It's not empowering, it's just unbalanced and inconsistent. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, has a few sparks, and his banter with Ben Grimm is one of the better dynamics in the film.
What time is it, Ben?
No.
What time is it, Ben?
No, Johnny.
Say it!
I don't wanna!
Say it!
But even that feels toned down. He doesn't pop like Chris Evans did back in the 2005 version.
Oh, you're hot.
Why, thank you. So are you.
Joseph Quinn does okay, better than I expected from the trailers, but he doesn't have that hot shot, reckless swagger that defines Johnny. He's more of a mildly sarcastic roommate. Ben Grimm looks great. The CGI is textured, grounded, and somehow more believable and comic accurate than any other version. His voice was better than I expected for sure. I didn't like it in the trailers. He didn't sound weighty or gravelly enough, but it grew on me as the movie went on, and I wasn't distracted by it or anything. His back and forth with Johnny could have been a highlight if there would have been more energy and life to it, but like everything else, it's subdued. Herbie was pretty great. He was cute. He wasn't at the forefront as much as, say, Crypto, but he had a nice little role to play. Then there's the Silver Surfer, Shala Ball, not Norin Rad. Yet another Marvel gender swap which feels so arbitrary. Heaven forbid fans of the character actually want to see said character who's been around for 59 years on the big screen in the MCU. I can't imagine why people would be annoyed at that. Jeez. Her arc is stripped of the tragic nobility that made the original Surfer compelling. There's an attempt at reflecting the Galactus bargain, the sacrifice, but it's a quick reference and there's no deep cosmic sorrow. Just Shala Ball, who kind of has something in common with Sue Storm. Don't get me wrong, I did like what we got on screen. The character design is cool, the CGI works, and her interactions with Johnny had some spark. She's probably one of the more interesting and outstanding characters in the movie, but her inclusion felt like a checkbox. There's no getting around it. There are moments that work. The cosmic portions of the movie were fun, if over the top. Galactus looks impressive, and I do appreciate that, for once, a Marvel movie wasn't constantly cracking dumb jokes every 30 seconds. There's humor, but it's restrained and actually works because it contextually fits the situation. I think the best thing I can say about this movie is that it barely feels like an MCU film. It does feel like its own thing that's taken a different direction. It's a self contained story, which I applaud. But the pacing is slow, the characters don't really grow, the villain's threat feels strangely underwhelming when things get moving. There are no real wow moments. I kept waiting for the movie to kick into high gear, to deliver that standout superhero beat, a big triumphant moment. But then it's over and the credits roll. That's it. I really thought I'd like this movie more, but my enjoyment declined the longer it rolled. Fantastic Four First Steps isn't terrible. It's competent. It's got the right look, the right framework, and the right intentions. It's just too sanitized and subdued, too afraid to feel big and messy and operatic. And I didn't really feel much of anything from the characters, no earned emotions. The 2005 version did that aspect far better, in my opinion. As a soft reboot of the MCU's future, it's a decent start. I like the direction this is going. But I had way more fun with the new Superman film. That movie knew when to go all in. I'd give Fantastic Four First Steps a 6 out of 10. Decent, but forgettable. That's all I've got for now. Did you see the movie? What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.